Hello, hi everyone. Can you please confirm if you can hear me? Okay, great. Okay, thank you for confirming. So, hi guys, this is Pratiksha and I will be your coding instructor for this particular Python course. So, first of all, I welcome you all to Python training and internship program offered by Vault of Codes. So, guys, before I start, what I want is I am creating a poll just to test like how many of you already have knowledge of Python. So I'm creating the poll. The poll will be active for 2 minutes. So I want all of you to respond to it. Yeah, I have created the poll. Okay, so I can see most of the people are beginner. So guys, for this particular training program, we will be starting everything from basic. Okay, so like we will see right from creating how to create the variable in Python, everything from basic to advanced, I'm going to cover. Now, a few instructions like regarding the IDE or the editors we will be using. So guys, you can use online editors for today's class. But I want you guys to install Jupyter Notebook or any Python IDE of your choice. Okay, you can also use VS Code. So please install these IDEs in your system. If you don't have today, you can use an online editor just for today's class. I hope I'm clear to all of you. Those who do not have any IDE installed, for today's class, you can use this editor, replit.com. Okay, guys, so shall I start with the session? I hope I'm audible. Okay. So now I will be sharing my screen. Just let me know once it is visible to you. Okay, all of you, please confirm if you can see my screen. Okay, great, perfect. Okay, so first of all, we'll see like few theory, just overview of Python. Okay, so Python is basically a high-level programming language. It is interpreted, interactive, and as well as object-oriented. This Python is designed to be highly readable. Okay. Apart from this, there are other advantages of Python, out of which one advantage is it is very simple. Okay. Simple means the syntax that we use in Python is very easy. We will be using just simple English words to write the code. And it was developed by Van Guido Rassum in the year 1990. These are the application areas like where you can use Python. We have like data science field, machine learning, AI, web development, data analysis, automation, and you can also use this in game development. This was just an overview of Python. So today, as I told you, we will be starting from basics. So first topic that we are going to learn today is variables. So let's understand what are variables. Variables are just like a container. You can see in this diagram as well. Okay, just like a container which can hold some data inside it. Okay, if you take an example of let's say water bottle. Okay, inside a water bottle, you can consider it as a container which is holding water. Now, apart from that, you can also store juice inside it. Okay, or any kind of cold drink that you like. So there is a container which is holding different type of data. So just like that, we have variables which will hold different type of data. So before we see how we create a variable in Python, we'll first understand what are different data types are there in the Python. So we have numeric data types in which we have integers, float, and complex numbers. Okay, then we have string. And apart from this, we also have dictionaries, sets, lists, and tuple. These are the data structures. Okay. And one more data type we have is Boolean. So today we will be learning about integer, float, Boolean, and string. Dictionary, list, set, and tuple, we will be learning it in the next classes. Okay, upcoming classes. So let's see these data types in detail, and along with that, we will also see how to create a variable in Python. So guys, I am using online compiler. This is Replit. Okay. Please let me know if you can see my compiler screen. So guys, today we will be covering variables, conditional statements, loops, functions, and if possible, I will also cover file handling. Guys, Can you please confirm if you can see the compiler? Okay. So we will be learning about variables and data types. Now this thing that you can see over here is a comment in Python. Okay, we can write comment using a hashtag. So how to create variable in Python? Creating a variable is very simple. We just give some name to the variable. Okay. Now there are different rules that we follow while giving the variable name. For example, variable name cannot start with a number. Okay. It cannot include spaces. It cannot have any special symbols like hashtag, @ percentage, ampersand. Any kind of special symbol is not allowed. And what is allowed then? You can use alphanumeric characters along with the underscore. And one most important rule is there are few keywords in Python which cannot you cannot use as your variable name. So these are the different rules that you should follow. And one unsaid rule is always give some meaningful name to your variables. Okay. So let's create a variable. Let's say I want to store a number. So I will say my variable name as num1. Okay, equal to. Here you can assign some value. Equal to is used for assigning the value. Okay, let's say I'm storing 8. So now here comes our first data type, which is integer. Okay, integer means a number without a decimal value. Any number without decimal value will be considered as integer data type. Now how to display this value on the screen? In order to display anything on the console, we use print function, round brackets. Now if you want to display variables value, you can directly use variable name like this. And if you execute this, you can see it is printing the value of variable. Along with this, you can also check data type of the variable. Again, use print. And to check the data type, we use type function, pass variable name inside it. So if you execute this, you can see it is saying class int. Int means integer. Now the next data type we have is float. Float means any number with a decimal value. So let's say I'm storing a number like 5.0 or 5.1. This is a number with a decimal value, so it will be considered as float. So again, I will print value of this num2, and also I will check type of the num2. Okay, so you can see it is saying class float for 5.1. So float means a number with decimal value. The third data type is, let's take string. String is sequence of characters enclosed in quotations. You can use single quotation or double quotation. Both are valid in Python. Okay. So let's say if I try to store my name, I will first of all use either single quotations or double quotations, and then I can write my name inside it. And if you check type of this, it will say str. So str is again, it's a string. Guys, if there is any question, you can put in the chat box. This is very basic topic, guys, so I'm covering it fast. And the next data type we have is Boolean. Okay. In Boolean variable, you can store only two values. There are only two possible values. One is true and other one is false. So if you say, let's say, b equal to 2, okay. Again, you have to be careful. This true, okay. T should be capital because this is already, you can consider it as a keyword which is already defined in Python. Okay, it's a Boolean value. And other possible value is false. Now I have a question for you guys. What if I put quotations around this false? And if I check type of this B, what it will print? Yes, guys, quickly. Correct. It will print string because the definition of string is nothing but sequence of characters enclosed in quotations. Okay. So guys, whenever you write quotations, doesn't matter what you are writing inside the quotation. It will be treated as string in Python. Okay. And see, even if I run this, you can see it is saying str. I hope guys this is clear. If I remove these quotations, then it will be Boolean. Okay. So guys, please do it quickly. You can try all the data types and also check the data type using type function. Do it quickly and let me know. And then I can move on to the next topic. Ujjwal, were you there in any other training earlier? Java or WebD? Okay. Okay, got it. Actually, there was one more Ujjwal Kumar. So I thought, okay, guys, shall I move on to next point? Okay. So I'm moving on. Next, we will talk about operators. Now, in Python, there are different types of operators. Like we have arithmetic, we have logical operators, bitwise operators, comparison operators. Okay. Today, we will be learning about arithmetic and comparison. And we will also see few part of the logical operator. Along with the operators, we will also discuss different variations of print function and also how to take input from the user. So let's talk about arithmetic operator. So in this table, I have listed all the arithmetic operators that Python offers. So addition, subtraction. For multiplication, we use asterisk sign, division, and three more are there in Python: floor division, modulus, and exponentiation. Okay. Or you can also call it as power operator. So let's see how we can use it with variables. Consider that I want to print addition of two integers. Okay. So I will create the variables and I can store the values. Okay. But this time let's allow user to enter the value. Okay. So I'm creating variable num1 equal to take the input from user, we use input function. And I will say enter any number. Similarly, I will take the another number using input enter any number. Okay. Now, if I want to print addition of these two numbers, I can say print. Okay. Let's say I want to print addition is and then the value of addition. So in this case, what you can do, in double quotations, you can provide any text value you want to print. So I want to print addition is. After that, give a comma and you can then put value of your variables. So I want to print num1 plus num2. Okay. Now there is one issue though. Let's execute it and then we'll discuss. I'm entering 10 and 15. Okay. So guys, please tell me what should be the addition of 10 and 15. What it should print on the console. Okay, 25. 25. Okay. So let's see if it prints 25. You guys, you can see it is printing 10, 15 instead of 25. Okay. Why this happened? Because of this input function. Okay. So see, if you check the data type of number 1, okay, or even number 2, let's execute it again. Okay. So I was entering 10 and 15. You can say it says str, but we are entering numbers. Specifically, we are entering integers, but it is saying string. This is the issue. Okay. Input function treats everything that it will receive as a string value. Okay. So we have to like indicate what kind of value we are expecting for the user from the user. For example, is it an integer or a float? Okay. So if you are expecting an integer, you should mention int before input like this and close the bracket at the end. Similarly over here. Okay. Now this time if you run it, let's enter the values. Okay, you can say it is saying integer and we also got the correct result, 25. Okay. So be careful about the input function when you are expecting an integer or a float value. Okay, you will have to mention it like this. And we also call this as typecasting. Okay, means changing the data type of one from one form to other. Now next is I don't think I have to explain you subtraction, multiplication and division because like that you know already. I will explain you the three other operators, which were floor division, then there was a modulus operator, and finally we have power operator. Okay. So floor division is represented using double slash. Okay, what floor division will do, it will also give the result of division, but it will exclude the decimal part. It means if the result of the division is, let's say, 4.3, it will just display 4. Okay, and it will discard that zero point 0.3 from the result. Next we have modulus operator, percentage sign. This gives you the remainder of the division. Okay, let's say if you are dividing 10 by 5, okay, remainder is 0. That's what it will return. And then we have power operator. It gives the power. For example, num1 raised to num2. Okay, if we are entering num1 as 10, num2 as 2, then it will return 10 raised to 2. Okay, which is 100. So see, if you execute it this time, I'm entering small numbers, 10 and 2. Okay, you can see floor division is 5 instead of 5.0. Remainder is 0 and power 10 raised to 2, which is 100. Any question in these operators? Yes, guys, anyone? Is there any question in floor division, remainder, or power operator? If there is no question, I want you to, okay. I want you to create a calculator. Take two numbers from the user and you have to display addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and also floor division, remainder, and power. Do it quickly, and once you are done, put D in the chat box so that I can move on to next topic. Guys, if there is any question or if you are done, put in the chat box. Yeah, yes, one. Yeah, this is perfect. Shall I move on to next point? What about others? Okay, I'm moving on to next point. So now we will discuss about comparison operators. Okay. Uh, we also call these operators are as relational operators. Okay. It basically compares the things together, and based on the result, it will. Based on the condition, it will give only two values, either true or false. Okay. These are only two possible values comparison operators will give you. For example, I have given over here for less than operator, we use this sign. 5 less than 2, this is false. So comparison operator will also give the result as false. Okay, the Boolean value. Similarly, we have greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. Double equal to will check if the this particular value is exactly equal to the other value. And then we have not equal to, so it will check the value is not equal to the other value. Okay, now we will see these operators with the help of the next topic. Okay, because we will be using comparison operators in the next topic, and that is conditional statements. So what are conditional statements? Basically, based on a condition we will be performing some task. Let's take an example of traffic lights. Okay, now there are various conditions. For example, if the light is red, then we should stop. Okay, so based on condition, we are performing some task. If light is green, we should go. Okay, so again, based on other condition, we are performing some other tasks. Just like that, conditional statements will also work. There is one more example. Okay, we often come across this situation, like our parents will be telling us, if, like moreover if it's a board exam, they will tell us that if you score more than 90%, 95%, we will give you some kind of gift, like it can be a bike, a mobile, scooty, anything. Else you will not get anything. Okay, so again, there is a condition. The condition is marks should be greater than 90. Okay, then only you will get something. So we will see this particular example practically. Okay, let's say this time I will take marks as an input from the student. So I will say enter your marks. Now how we write condition in Python? Okay, we have if statement and else statement. So in if we write a condition, okay, our condition is this marks should be greater than, so greater than sign 90. After that we give a colon. Okay, this is the syntax. This is how we write if statement in Python. Now guys, Python do not have curly brackets. Okay, so with the help of colons, and there is something called indentation, it will be able to identify the blocks. Okay, so see, if I hit enter, you can see I'm getting a space automatically. This space is nothing but indentation, and it indicates that particular block of code or particular let's say step of particular steps belongs to this if block or belongs to else block. That's what it will indicate. Now for now I'm just simply printing you will. get an iPhone. Okay, this is it. Now, next is what if marks are less than 90? In that case, we will write the else section. Now, guys, see, else is not a part of if. That's why I removed this indentation. Else will not take any condition. Okay, it is like anything else. Okay, again, we have colon, and let's print something inside else block as well. Let's say I'm saying better luck next time. Okay, so let's see if it works. Okay, I'm entering 90. What should be the result, guys, for 90? Okay, okay, let's see. Let's see it. Okay, so it is saying better luck next time. Why this happened? Because what happens basically, it checks this condition marks greater than 90. If will work only if the condition is true. Okay, this time condition was false because 90 is not greater than 90. Okay, so it returned false. So if the condition is unsatisfied, it goes to else and it executes the else block. So guys, if there is no question, your task is you have to take a number from the user and check if the number is even or odd. And let me know once you are done. Okay, perfect. So shall I move on to next point? Yes, guys, shall I move on to next point? I hope I am audible. Okay. So next point is actually loops, but before that, I will cover one more small concept, which is related to again this conditional statement. Okay, we also have if elif statements. Okay, in case we are trying to check more than one condition. Okay, so what to do? So let's take an example. Based on the marks of the student, we are giving the grade. Now here we have multiple conditions to check, and based on those conditions, that particular criteria, we will assign the grades. So let's say my first condition is marks should be less than equal to 100, less than equal to 100, and marks greater than 90. Okay. So I'm trying to say marks should be like between 90 to 100. So if this is the case, I will give A grade. Now guys, this AND is a logical operator. This is just like the normal AND we use in the English sentence. For example, um, let's say you like two things. You like cookies and also let's say chips. Okay. If you want both the things, then what you will say? You will say I want cookies and chips. Okay, both the things. Similarly, if we want both the conditions to be satisfied, we will write and in between. Okay. Now to write the next condition, we use elif statement. And here I can write my next condition. Let's say mark should be less than or equal to 90 and it should be greater than 80. Okay, if this is the case, I will give B grade. Now like this, I can write as many elifs I want. So what will happen over here? It keeps on checking the condition till it finds a true condition. Okay. Let's say if this if condition was true, then it executes the if block and done. It will not check the next conditions. If this if is false, then it goes to next elif. It checks the condition. Okay. If all the conditions are false, then finally it will go to else and it will print better luck next time. This is how if elif will work. So let's see it. Let's give 90. You can see it is printing B grade. What happened over here? Marks less than equal to 100. This condition was true because 90 is less than 100. And marks greater than 90. This condition was false. Okay, this was false. And that's the reason true and false becomes false. That's the condition. This block was not executed. Over here, both the conditions were true. That's why it was executed. Clear? Guys, is there any question in if elif? If there is no doubt or question, your task is you have to take height and weight from the user. Make sure these values will be float this time. Okay. So you have to take height and weight, calculate the BMI of the person. Based on the BMI value, you have to tell if the person is underweight, person is overweight, or normal weight, or he is suffering from obesity. Okay, I should repeat if elif part. Okay, fine. So see, the example I took over here was grading system. Okay, for example, based on the based on the marks of a student, we will assign specific grade. Okay, take the example. The first range is 90 to 100. Okay, if your marks lies in 90 to 100, you will get A grade. If it is between 80 to 90, you will get B grade. Now to check these conditions, because there are more than one condition now, we use if statement. Okay. So in my if, my first condition is marks less than equal to 100 and it should be greater than 90. If both the conditions are valid, then only I will say A grade. My next condition is, okay, I have one more condition, that's why I wrote elif. Marks less than equal to 90 and marks greater than 80. Okay. If both of these conditions are valid, then I will say B grade. Okay. So what happens over here? If this if condition is false, then it goes to the next elif. Okay. It checks the condition. If this is true, then it will execute the block. Okay. If this is also not true, then it goes to the next elif if we are writing. Okay. Otherwise, finally, it will go to else block and it executes the else block if all the conditions are false. Guys, once you are done with the task, please let me know. Uh, I don't think we will be able to cover functions and file handling today. Guys, can you confirm if I'm audible? Because like there is some issue with the power, so please confirm if you can hear me properly. Uh, okay. Now can you hear me? Can you please check now? Okay. Okay, guys, shall I move on to next point? Today I will take 5 minutes extra. Guys, can you please confirm if I should move on to next point? Or shall I take it in the next class? Okay. So now next we will talk about loops. Okay. So in Python we have something called loops. Okay. Loops are used to consider that there is something that you want to repeat again and again. Okay. Repeatedly. So that's where loops will be helpful. It will allow you to execute particular block of statements repeatedly. Now again we have different types of loops. We have for loop and while loop. Both of the loops will do the same thing, but how it executes, okay, that process is different. Okay. If you talk about the for loop is just like, take an example, like if someone told you to walk 10 steps. Okay. Here they have specifically mentioned how many steps you should walk. Okay. So here you can apply for loop where you know the number of iterations. Iteration means repetitions. In while loop, what happens is you don't know the number of iterations. Take the same example. This time that person told you you have to walk, but you should walk till that next building. Okay. Here you know the final condition, okay, where you should reach, but you don't know how many steps you will need. This is where while loop will work. Okay. In case you don't know don't know the iterations, but you know the final condition, when to stop. That's where while loop will work. Okay. So today we will see for loop in detail. Python's for loop is quite different. We write for, then we take one iterator in. There is one function called range. Now in range function, there are different things that you can pass. Okay. First of all, you can pass the start value from where you want to start. Let's say I want to start from 1. Then you can mention the end value. Okay. Now take example that I want to print the numbers from 1 to 10. So in the end value, I should mention 11. Okay. Because in the end value, you should always mention a +1 value. Okay. If you want 10, you should mention 11. The third parameter will be the step value. Okay. By how much value you want to increment your I. If you're not passing it, by default it is 1. Finally, a colon to define the scope of this, block of this for. And here I can simply print I. If you execute this, you can see it printed all the numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, so how it executed? First of all, I value starts from 1. Okay, I is first of all 1, the starting value. Then it checks if this I is less than this end value. Okay, less than. End value is 11. If this is the case, then it executes the loop. Okay, so it printed value of I. Next, I will be incremented by 1, so it will become 2 this time. Again, it will check the condition. 2 is also less than 11. So it come inside the loop and it will execute the loop. It will keep on executing. Finally, i's value will become 10. Okay, so it executes 10. Now 10 plus 1, value of I becomes 11. 11 is not less than 11. Okay, this is where loop will be terminated. Is it clear, guys? Guys, is it clear how for loop works? Any question in the for loop? Dilip, actually the issue is I have another session at 6:15, so I cannot take 1 more hour today. Okay. So guys, if you don't have any doubt, your task is you have to print. Okay. First of all, you will take an integer from the user, and your task is you have to print table of that number using for loop. And once you are done, let me know. Guys, make sure you inform me once you are done with the task. Okay. So, if anyone has any question, you can let me know. Put it in the chat box. And guys, also let me know how was today's session and if there is anything I should improve on. Uh, Sunil Kumar, which project you are asking about? Week 3 and 4. Okay, we are yet to complete those content, Sunil.